Women's Association for Victims Empowerment over the weekend convened a peace and reconciliation mediation in Njao village between the communities of Kerr Ali in the Central Rift region and Kerr Ali in Senegal. Now, 14 years ago, the two communities were divided over religious lines between the death of their leader, Sering Digal, who have settled in both communities and now have the presence of followers in both communities. Mosisi Mendy tells us more of that in this report.
Women Association for Victims Empowerment held the peace dialogue to promote peaceful coexistence among natives of Kerr Ali in the Central River region. More than a decade ago, a communal fallout over religious practices and belief broke out in the community of Kerr Ali and eventually divided it. Some community members who sided with Sering Digal eventually fled to Senegal when former President Yahya Jammeh intervened, and today they are referred to as Kerr Ali Senegal. They have since looked to return to their original home. Co-founder and senior technical advisor of WAVE, Priscilla Cisse, said her organization deemed it important to take up the initiative because the community has been divided for a long time.
It is quite important, as you may know, that from the past almost 14 years, the community of Kerr Ali, they had been separated and divided, and that had been for a number of reasons which I believe they have told you about. But then that led to a number of individuals, or literally members of the Ndigal set, being forced into exile in what's called Kerr Ali, Senegal, and they've been living there since 2009. After the fall of the Jammeh regime, they were able to get court judgments for the enforcement so that they could get their land and properties back, which they had lost during the time of their exile.
Aminata Cisse, an investigating officer at the Human Rights Commission, is hopeful that the efforts of peace mediators will bear fruits.
We are hopeful that it will be a successful peace talk, because we've seen positive signs from the governor yesterday and other key stakeholders, among them the Technical Advisory Committee, the TAC members of CRR, and all of them, from education to the health sector to the security, all of them have shown commitment in the process. So we came here again today in Njao. We've seen the turnout of the community members and we've listened to them. And most of them, their statements are, of course, very positive towards the entire process. And the chief himself is someone who has vested interest in the whole thing. So we are very optimistic that it will be a successful activity at the end of the day. Though it's going to be long, because from this phase we will now engage Kerr Ali, Gambia. Then from there, we will do the final stage, wherein both sides will be invited. The stakeholders from the government, the CSO, and other partners, they will also be involved. Then finally, we are hoping for the best.
District Chief of Upper Salum, Dembasi, narrates how the fallout began in 2009.
Though the history, we all know, was as a result of Ndigal refusing Kerr Ali Gambia to pray in the mosque, which was closed by the late Modu Habib. The directive was given that it should be reopened for Muslim prayers, and they said over their dead bodies. The then governor, Ganye Toure, came there on 2 occasions. They resisted. You know, all that is people, or they blame Yahya Jammeh, but he was very polite with them. The governor should have not come there and go back without doing what he was sent to do.
The now exiled natives of Kerr Ali insisted on the cause of Sering Digal to stop Muslim prayers in the community. But when actions were taken to reopen the mosque after 6 years of closure, tensions arose between security personnel and a group faithful to the Marabout. Moses Imendi, Eyeafrica News.